Then they reminded Jesus that adultery was punishable by stoning under Mosaic law and challenged him to judge the woman so that they might then accuse him of disobeying the law. Jesus thought for a moment and then replied, "He that is without sin among you, let him cast the first stone." This is a quote from a book that I take seriously only on the level of occasional relevance in terms of my own life, what I understand. And I'm going to come back to this quote by a person they called Jesus. On this ignominious anniversary, 3/11/11, 7 years ago, a nuclear plant blew up. 3 full core meltdowns, melt-throughs and outs, whichever they do that, whatever this science has brought us that brings exotic events onto our platform of experience and existence, whatever they manage to orchestrate for us. 3 full core meltdowns with toxic fuel pools missing. What have we done, people? What have we done? And this is to all those, my channel, my comments, my thoughts, my work, goes out to people that are people of conscience, people that have an inner compass, a core, a strength, a courage, caring, a fundamental caring for this experience, existence, all life on this planet. This is my channel. And on my last video, I said that I feel different from a lot of other channels that are out there. There are other presenters on YouTube that understand this profoundly, what I've just said. Also, this quote I talked about, and I'm going to articulate what it is that impresses me about that quote and what I've learned. What have I learned in 7 years? There is a sense of helplessness on this day with people that I address, with people that are people of their soulmates, people that I find to be extraordinary in their ability to connect to the most important part of themselves, which is that part in them that actually makes a difference to someone else other to themselves, other than to themselves. It's difficult to make these presentations on YouTube. Every year it becomes more difficult because the challenge increases with every day that we don't decide to fix this problem that exists. It's called Fukushima. And all those people and all those insightful people that make contribution to our well-being, to our understanding. If you do not deal with this fundamental understanding that we're so under threat by this technology and what has occurred on this ignominious day, I'm making this video to rally the troops in the sense of not like you need to do this or that, but that we are together in all of this. What have we done? We are all responsible. And like that quote, let him who has no fault throw the first stone, makes a hell of a lot of sense in the context that we're now facing in this YouTube genre. I'm just standing a digital image in front of you. I assure you, I have my studio, I have my work. I am not a postured and groomed individual pretending to be something that I'm not. And I feel sorry, I truly feel sorry for the people who are attacking the few that are out there that are on some level. It's very difficult, okay? It's very difficult for me to believe that these people who are attacking souls of conscience are doing it on their own accord. I don't believe this. I believe there's a level of manipulation that is involved, that people are acting on behalf of others, willingly or unwittingly. You cannot have a discourse with people that argue against doing the right thing. It's impossible to have a discourse or a conversation with anyone like that. So, which is why you have what I call, my calling them the rabbit attack dogs. My reference to that is because they don't act on their own accord. They are representing someone else. They're not like me. I represent myself to the best that I can. And you see it in the work that I always have behind me. This is very important. This is very important. And I want to differ. I beg to differ with people that say YouTube is not important. Here's the significance that I understand. In my last video, I say I piggyback off people and I use their ideas and thoughts to either confirm or deny something in myself. And this is what's happening on YouTube. We confirm or deny aspects of ourselves by listening to, taking leadership from what other people are thinking, what other people are expressing about themselves, not about the world out there, but about the world in there. So here is my point today. On this difficult anniversary, the 7th anniversary of this plant continuously spewing its ugly, nasty, dirty, toxic material into the environment, which threatens all of life, which has irrevocably changed the Pacific Ocean to the point where death is more prevalent than life in this ocean, which will carry, as the food basket of the planet, it will affect all life on this planet. And I'm making this video with the understanding that we influence each other to do the right thing. This is what I gain from YouTube. Obviously, there are many levels. There are many levels that we encounter, people that are entertaining. And, you know, even on some level, I present entertainment to you. I stand here, I show you what I do. What is that? It's like a diversion. But I'm hoping the way I learn from people I listen to as well, that I gain leadership from other people that have something to offer to our becoming better. And this is not to be undermined. There are many different ways we express this, and this is a very important platform and medium. No matter how much criticism it may get, it is a phenomenal platform for people to take on the leadership that is presented. The way I take from other souls of conscience that strengthen my resolve to continue to improve myself, to become a better person. This is what it's about. This is what this anniversary is about. We have to fix this. We have to fix this problem. But we're never going to get there unless we have an inner revolution. You have seen the history, the denial of what has happened, especially by the people that are held up as the intellectuals, the scientific community, the people that we expect to do that which is going to improve our lives, and the opposite is happening. So if this happens over and over, if the wrong things are at the tail end of these inventions and these discoveries and these magnificent ideas, and even the philosophies, you can go into the entire gamut of what I call secular spiritualism, of which science is a part, we are going to be in great greater and greater difficulty until we finally resolve within ourselves through whichever means that might be. And this platform is part of that revolution that we're hoping to achieve on whatever level. And there are many different levels, many different contributors on this platform that are attempting to do exactly what I'm saying, and that is to find within themselves a courage, a strength, to end up in a position in their personal, in my life, that makes me a better person because of the way I act, the way I am, which will lead to, it is a connectivity. It is like with this YouTube thing, we are so connected, and what is called the social media and all those platforms are being obviously diverted and abused by the people that originally came up with this. They came up with it absolutely for very devious reasons, nefarious reasons. However, we can turn this around to our advantage, to find the people that inspire us, that feel still within themselves, masters of themselves to the extent that they're not going to go along, they're not going to be the conformists that continue to do the wrong thing. And 7 years of this plan being permitted, we are allowing this to happen. But it's not the helplessness. I do not feel helpless as long as I have my conscience and that part in me that says, I will not conform. I will not be complicit in the destruction in my day-to-day life. This is what will change things, people. This is how I have understood through examples of others who are motivated to do what it is they feel motivated and called to do. I have talked about this in my videos before, the idea of a calling, that we come closer and closer to that part in us that is living up to our potential, which will have a ripple effect. You see, I can't sort of stand here and make pronouncements about what needs to be done in Fukushima. I can say it needs to be fixed, otherwise we're fucked. We're fucked if we don't fix this, and the sooner this happens, the less the damage. But the damage has been done. Irrevocably, it has been done. You need to listen to Dana Durnford, the fellow that has gone out on the water and documented the tide pools and brought back thousands of pictures showing that life is missing from the tide pools. This is already in effect. Now, you and I are still aware of each other. We're talking to each other. We're listening. We're pretending. In many ways, life goes on. Life goes on. We're not affected. We're not in a war zone where houses are being blown up by all the usual suspects, which have been exposed. We all know. We all know. We all know. I say we all know. I'm not going to give you any news that you don't already know. All that stuff is news. No news is good news, is all entertainment, because we all know. We're just saying to ourselves, let's pretend we don't really know, but oh, isn't that interesting? We all know. I say we all know because we're all connected. All life, on some level, this mystery connects us all. It's just the nature of how things work. And when this plant blew up, we all knew. Well, we may not intellectually have connected to it. I connected to it within a day or two. I was apoplectic. I could not believe after Chernobyl that this has actually occurred. And to rampage through this china shop of indignation is of no use ultimately. And what I have learned, I've said this, what I have learned through this even biblical phrase of let him who has no fault throw the first stone, we need to become, each of us every day, we need to reach a much higher level of ourselves every day in order for this to actually be reversed. This is my channel. This is what I say. I don't care, my detractors. You can say whatever the hell you want. You can come up with your nefarious narratives. You inculcate me in your lies. It's not going to change anything. This is happening, people. Whether somebody is lying or telling the truth, this is happening. This is like an external reality that we need to face, but which we can't face because we're not doing the inner work. We choose to ignore, attach ourselves to entertainers and the spectacle of existence and reality as we experience it every day. How we are enslaved to a system that prevents us from living up to our true potential, who we can truly be, because we're always in debt. We're always looking for more money to pay for all the things we really don't need. You can go to many channels who articulate this beautifully. And I've heard them many times. But the only people that are of value and meaning to you and to me are those who are improving themselves every day. Not telling you what's happening, but improving themselves every day, because it'll be a ripple effect. This is how it works. It goes right through all of society, all of existence, all people pass this on to each other. This connection that we have, as we become better people, we're going to fix this. The reason it's not being fixed is because we're abdicating our responsibility to become better in ourselves. Because I don't have a solution. I do not have a solution. I am terrified by the future, what it will look like. If I don't say something, if I don't express what you see in my work whenever I do my videos, these are my expressions, my understanding. I'm a painter. I'm a painter. My activism is intrinsically inside the work that I do. How I look at myself and the world around me and how I express myself is absolutely essential. I've understood this. I am very important in this because I create a psychic, a psychological, a spiritual connection to the world we live in right now, the times we're in. And we live in the age of fission. We live in the age of fission. I have articulated this. I'm articulating this in my work. I'm saying this in words. We live in the age of fission, an ignominious age which will last a very long time unless some brilliant genius reverses what the white coats have created for us. And how do we do that? We become better people each day, at every moment of each day. This is how we're going to solve this problem. And it's a difficult, I said it's very hard for me to make videos these days because it is debilitating, the idea that we're making no progress. There has been zero progress in the physical world on this catastrophe. And I hope that people take this to heart on this March 11th, 2018. I want to be positive. I want to reflect a part of myself with all the anger I feel, the injustice, that vulnerable people who are subjected to the abuse, this part of the world that is contrary to everything that I understand of this mystery. This mystery is rich. It is giving. The complexity, you have to look around yourself just even a little bit to realize what a gift that it is that we're experiencing in this, what we understand to be reality and existence. It is a gift. You don't have to make this up in your mind. You see the colors, the creatures, the animals, people. These are incredible, inexplicable. The white coats want to take this and manipulate and tell you that they understand. They haven't got a clue. And you know they don't know because they create horrible toxic materials that could destroy anything. What do they have to give you and me? What do they have to offer you and me except placebos of what they would like us to feel that is important? I could go on about this. I could, this sense of when I say I feel attached. I feel truly attached to this experience from the point of view that it has been a gift. It has been a gift, and we're letting each other down. What have we done? What have we done? What could this reality truly be if we were ourselves? Each birth, each life, each atom is an incredible, enormous representation of this mystery, of this thing that has been gifted. This is what I've understood in 7 years. And I came at this with outrage and anger and fear to start with. And I still have the outrage, I have the fear, I have the anger, but I've also understood. What have I understood? Is that we need to become all of us. I need to become a better person in order for this to be resolved and to be fixed. My thoughts today on this ignominious, on this anniversary. I love you people. I really do. And I have hope. I have hope that we can somehow reverse this because of the way I feel. I'm convinced because of the way I feel about this, we can all feel this way. I'm no different from anybody else.